So in this session, we will see about migration of setups and configurations that we have done till now. So till now, if you observe, so initially we focused more on setups. How do we set up using function setup and maintenance tasks, and then later we have used some of the tools to customize the application like app composer, structure, page composer. Uh, so like these tools. So these are basically we will do initially in the test environment or some development environment. Later point of time, we need these configurations into production environment. So that is the actual environment that customers will use. So every change we might not be able to do manually, right? So we just need to import, export, that kind of thing. So it will be easy, or the migration or some automation, if system supports. So now we will see what are the different options to migrate different options, and different uh, like functional setups, how we will migrate, configurations, how you will migrate, reports, how you will migrate. So all those things. So this is just a typical like life cycle of any change, right? So we have basically a test environment or development environment. So we might have multiple environments also, development one, two, then test. So test basically is a pre-prod, like before moving to production. So it will be in test or pre-prod. So then production. So if a new change request comes, so we need to do that change using functional setup or configuration, using application composer, everything. Then we will test. If it not if it is not means if it fails, again we will update, or if there is any change, again we'll update setup or everything. Then we will verify that change. Then we will review. We need to move that setup to production. Then we will publish into uh, production. So Oracle also allows a P2T. So here P2T is nothing but production to test. So all the data setups will be copied from the production or live instance to a test instance. So for this, basically we need to raise a request to Oracle. So they will create a P2T request. They will schedule it based on preferred time, and then it will be copied from production to test. So this is the like typical life cycle. So here, how to move the configurations to production or how to publish to production. So one way is a manual. One way is obviously a manual way. Okay. So the other way is using some tools that that is provided by Oracle. So first we will focus on functional setup migration. So what this functional setup functional migration is, whatever tasks we have done in setup and maintenance. So setup and maintenance is the only tool where we do all the setups, right? All the settings, etc. for any module. So if we want to migrate the changes, whatever we have done from in the test environment to production environment, or if the if some other instances also, if they matches the version, etc., right? So then we can migrate, or then we can export these configurations and import into a different environment. Okay. So first we should go to setup and maintenance. And so this functional setup migration we need to do for each module. So suppose we have sales or service, right? Or any other module also. The concept is same across modules. So for an example, I'll select sales only. So now I'm in sales module. I want to export all the setups that are available for sales module. Okay. So basically all these tasks, whatever modules under sales, right? We need to migrate all the setups, not the data, only the setups. Whatever setups that we have done, like this tasks, right? So we need to move those. Also, there are some tasks which we need to create manually. So uh, like importing geographies, we need to do manually in the production. In each instance we need to import, so that can't be moved using this setup. So like this, there are some tasks, so that will also we will be able to identify in the export task. Okay. So now we wanted to export this sales, right? If we go to this right corner, we have actions. So even before this, we need some of the privileges like application, I mean, sales administrator or application implementation consultant role. So to see this migration steps or to this import export options. Okay, basically one administrator and customer relationship management administrator or sales administrator. Along with that, you should have application implementation consultant role. So then you will be able to perform these steps, whatever we are going to explain now. So if you go to actions, you have some options here: export, import, export to CSV file, export to import to CSV file, comparing setups. Okay. So you have these options. So what is like export import? So you can do, so basically this is to export all the configurations for sales module in a XML file. So if you want to create a new right, so what you need to do is you just need to click on export, create a new export, and just submit after screen pop-ups. So this is the offerings that it is going to export. So at a time, you need to export only one. You can only export one offering, that is sales, service separately. Then for each module, basically, whatever is available in the modules, right? So each module you need to export separately and you need to import separately. You can't combine. Then just submit. If you want to apply some filter, right? So you need to select that filter here. Suppose specific legal entities. So you can add using this option, using this scope. You can filter that legal entities only for each task here. You need to select that task that is scope enabled, and then you can add the filter here. If no filter, if you want to migrate everything just without filter, you just need to submit. So once submitted, so an export process will start, and it will take some time to export all these things, all the things uh, in the system. Now, if you go to export, it shows the history. So one is already ready for download. It was already submitted earlier, and one is still in progress. So that is this is still exporting. And if you want to view all, so you can just click view all, uh, and you can download this file. So this is not a completely readable file. So it's in the form of XML, so that it is not that readable. So you can download this file using this link, or from here you can download. And okay, click done. Now, now we have export file ready. Okay. Now we go to import, and we create a new import, and we upload that file here. Suppose this file. So once it is uploaded, so we need to just review and submit. It is looks like it is uploading. So once it is uploaded successfully, this button will show, will be enabled. Okay, so basically we need to upload that exported file here. So once it is uploaded, we should be able to see the submit button. Yeah. So yeah, as I said, once it is completed, you just need to submit, and import job will be submitted. And then you can also review the status of that import job by just going into import and view all. So here you will get that status. So once it is successful, then your configurations will be imported. Okay, so this is entire for all the setups, right? All the setups that are available in the sales. So this is one option using XML file or this import or export file. The same method, right? Uh, you can see this scope options. So basically for accounting calendar, there is no scope. That means there is no filter. And also if you want to disable some of the submodules you don't want, you can choose this checkbox so that whether it will be included in the export or not. So it will be configurable. So you can choose this. And yeah, this tells the scope, whether filter is available to filter only few business units or legal entities or some other options, right? So you have this scope enabled to add filters to the setup data. So this is import export. Uh, Another one is exactly same, but it will be exported in a CSV file. So this will be somewhat readable comparatively of reading XML. So you can use similar approach to export uh, the setup data for sales module, but it will be exported in the form of a CSV files. So one zip file basically will be generated. So if you open that zip file, so all the submodules, right, will be exported as a CSV files. So like this, a zip file will be generated. So if you open this zip file, okay, so this is XML version, right? So you have CSV file package. So if you open this, each and every more submodule, right, will be exported as a CSV file. So you can use this CSV file. I mean, we will just use this CSV files to import also. We will just download. If need, we can change the data that is exported, and we can modify, and we can import the modified file also. But we need to make sure that we are giving in a proper format that is exactly as exported. So we should not add any additional columns. We should not delete any additional any existing columns. We should just change the data. We should just use the template, and we need to add the any row data. So that's why we need to be careful. This is because it's a templated format, right? So we should give in the same format to the system, so uh, it can read and it can upload. Okay. So then, if you want to export a particular submodule, so then also you have option. Suppose if you want to migrate some sales foundation task, so you can see here, if you go to this options, you have more options. Then also you have export, import, export to CSV file, export to import to CSV file. The same options are available. This is at offering level, sales or service offering level. This is at submodule level. So you can also export at this level, so that all the tasks under sales foundation will be exported and can be imported in the target instance. Okay. So ideally, source instance. So if we are exporting from this, so the target instance will be production. So you need to upload there. You need to export in the test instance, and you need to import in the target instance, that is production. So even suppose, right, if you want to export uh, some part of within sales foundation, if you want to export few things, only a few tasks, so then also you have an option. uh, so here, so suppose you want only manage administrator profile option task, so you need to select that option, and again here you have actions. If this actions is not available, so you just need to go to view columns, then just enable actions here, and it will be visible. So you can click on this actions, and you can export a CSV file or import CSV file. So this is here, we don't have option to export as XML, only CSV file. You can export this CSV file, and you can import in the target file, in the target instance. So then, so this is how we will import using this functional setup migration. So this process is called functional setup migration. The entire import and export of configurations of setup and maintenance, right, is called functional setup migration, or simply FSM. So there is one more approach of exporting the data. So that is using configuration package, manage configuration package. If you go to setup and maintenance, and here you have manage configuration package. So just you need to select this, and this is based on the implementation project. If you remember, we have created some implementation project. So if you want to export the implementation project content, and if you want to import the same implementation project content in the target instance, so this is the option. So you just need to click on export, right, and you need to select if you want to create new one, right, so you need to create plus here. Here you need to select the implementation project, and you need to you will get all the okay, suppose if I select this. So in implementation project, we have defined what modules, what are the things, right? Um, so only those contents will be exported. If in implementation project, you might have you might be able to select multiple modules, but it is better to choose only uh, one module uh, for a project, right? So it will be easy. So for sales, you will create one project, one implementation project. For service, you can create one implementation project. For finance, you can create another project. So then click next. So here I think some things. Setup task list only, setup list task and data. So if you want with the data, you can choose this second option, and that is the default one. You will get the task list. So you can if you want to upload the sequence, you can also prioritize the sequence. So if there is any dependent task, you can prioritize as per this. And also still, if at this level, if you want to exclude some export activities, export some tasks, you can exclude, and then you will proceed to export. And once you get that file, so you will use this option in the target instance, upload, and you will choose the exported file. Okay, and you will submit it. So once it is completed status. So it will be all the configurations you need to verify, and once it is good, you can proceed for the verification of setups or data. So now we did some application composer changes, email templates, then page composer changes, all these things. We wanted to migrate this also. So the sequence can be uh, like this. First, you need to